Geeta, thank you so much for making time from your office at the journalism school. I look forward to hearing about what's going on, and thank you for your long partnership with MacArthur Foundation on many fronts. I thought if I could, I would just start with a question about one thing that we've supported in your work recently, which we're excited about, which is research that you've done with your colleague, Dean Hub Brown at the University of Florida, looking at the ways in which student journalists can help strengthen local news. I'd love to just start there and hear some of your goals in terms of what you were hoping to achieve through this important work.
We were hoping to bring the heads of journalism programs around the country together to figure out how we can collaborate better to strengthen local news in the communities where we're based. So many of us are at public universities that have a very strong public service mandate. And our goal is to encourage and support our universities in seeing that mandate manifested through better support of local news in the communities where we're based. And that was our work.
I think it's fantastic. It's so exciting. And in that report, as you're building it out, you talk about how journalism programs can step up to create more significant footprints in terms of actually being sources of local news, along with training people for the future. And I just wonder how this dynamic is manifesting itself across local news coverage these days in the United States, and if there are some lessons that your research teaches us about how we might build on and expand this phenomenon.
Yeah, we learned some important lessons. One is that there's at universities and colleges across the country, there are professors whose classes and schools who are focused on covering the communities around them. And that's been happening for decades. But the instructors are often very challenged because they're trying to teach a class as well as edit stories that are going to be publicly shared and that need to be completely accurate. So they're trying they're carrying such a heavy load that they're often not able to cover communities in as robust a way as they could. And so what we discovered in our research was that if we could give these journalism departments around the country, these instructors teaching these classes that are actually providing meaningful coverage of communities, if we can give them better support, then they'll be able to do exponentially more coverage of local news and better coverage of local news and be able to solve this huge problem that we have in this country of local news declining so much that people in communities aren't fully aware of what's happening meaningfully enough to actually exercise their rights in a democracy.